You think you're getting stronger, but what if the very habits that make you feel productive are actually making you mentally weaker? Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because this might just change how you look at self-improvement forever. We live in a world that praises the grind, discipline, and constant growth. But sometimes, the things you think are making you stronger are actually draining your inner strength, quietly, slowly, without you even realizing it. Let's talk about it, the hidden side of those so-called good habits. You probably wake up early, make your bed, drink your coffee, maybe even journal. You tell yourself you're improving, becoming more disciplined, more in control. But deep down, you still feel exhausted. Still anxious. Still unsatisfied. Why? Because not all good habits are actually good for your mind. Some look healthy on the outside, but secretly poison your mental resilience from within. Let's break it down. Habit number 1, always staying productive. Sounds great, right? Stay busy, stay focused, stay on the grind. But here's the trap: when your self-worth becomes tied to how much you get done, rest starts to feel like failure. You can't even enjoy a slow morning without guilt creeping in. You scroll through your to-do list like your value depends on how many boxes you tick. And when you finally take a break, you can't relax, because your brain whispers, "You're wasting time." That's not strength. That's addiction to control. Real strength isn't about always doing. It's about knowing when to stop. When to breathe. When to let yourself just be human. Productivity should serve your purpose, not replace it. Habit number 2, always being positive. Now this one sounds noble, right? Who doesn't want to stay positive? But toxic positivity is real, and it's dangerous for your emotional health. You tell yourself, "It's fine, everything's fine," even when it's not. You smile through pain. You suppress anger. You avoid discomfort. Because somewhere along the line, you convinced yourself that negative emotions make you weak. But here's the truth: pretending to be okay doesn't make you strong. It just pushes the pain deeper, until it bursts out in ways you can't control. Real strength is being able to say, "I'm not okay right now." To face your emotions, not fake them. Because you can't heal what you refuse to feel. Habit number 3, avoiding conflict to keep the peace. You tell yourself, "I don't want drama." So you stay quiet, even when something's eating at you. You agree just to avoid tension. You call it maturity, but deep down, it's fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of losing people. Fear of being misunderstood. And over time, that silence turns into resentment. You lose your voice. Your confidence. Your identity. Here's the thing: peace built on silence isn't peace at all. It's avoidance disguised as kindness. Strong people don't run from uncomfortable conversations, they face them with honesty and calm. Because real peace doesn't come from avoiding conflict. It comes from speaking truth with respect. Habit number 4, being independent all the time. You've been hurt before, right? So you tell yourself, "I don't need anyone." You rely only on yourself. You trust no one. It feels strong, but it's actually loneliness wearing armor. We're human, connection isn't weakness, it's fuel. When you cut yourself off from help, love, and vulnerability, you don't become tougher, you become emptier. Strength isn't about doing everything alone. It's about having the courage to lean on people when you need to, without shame. Because sometimes, real power lives in the words, "I can't do this alone." Habit number 5, always setting goals, but never slowing down. You're constantly chasing the next thing. The next milestone. The next version of yourself. The next achievement. And every time you reach one, you barely celebrate, you just move the finish line again. That's not growth. That's self-punishment dressed as ambition. You've forgotten how to appreciate the person you already are. And when you never stop chasing, life becomes one endless sprint, with no finish line in sight. True growth needs stillness, reflection, gratitude. Because strength isn't about how far you go, it's about how deeply you understand why you're going there. Let's be honest for a second. You can have the perfect morning routine. You can hit every goal, meditate daily, read all the self-help books. But if your habits come from fear instead of love, they'll drain your strength instead of building it. Mental strength isn't about control. It's about balance. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about breaking, and still finding the courage to rebuild. So here's what I want you to ask yourself tonight. Which of your good habits are actually keeping you stuck? Are you being productive, or are you afraid to slow down? Are you being positive, or are you afraid to feel pain? Are you keeping peace, or just avoiding truth? Because awareness, that's where real strength begins. If this hit you, if something in you felt that quiet sting of realization, that's your wake-up call. Don't just chase strength. Build it. One honest choice at a time. Now tell me in the comments, which of these habits do you think you've fallen into lately? And if this message spoke to you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it. And subscribe for more truth like this every week. Because mental strength isn't built by pretending you're okay. It's built by facing what's not, and rising anyway.